The occult have existed for millennia, with esoteric knowledge and wisdom being taught in the Egyptian mystery schools dating back all the way to 2000 BC, maybe even earlier. Initiates attended the 3 Eye of Horus schools, starting with the left eye that taught the feminine principle of love, the right eye then taught the masculine principle of wisdom, and then the third eye taught about hidden senses and the higher self. It is thought that Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom, was the overseer of these schools. The first teachings they learned were in the left eye school about love, compassion, and how to heal the emotional body. They knew that without doing so, they wouldn't be able to get very far in the path to enlightenment. The feminine school had 12 temples along the Nile, and initiates spent 1 year at each temple. The main goal of the school was to eliminate fear completely. Only when they were fearless could they move to the right eye of Horus mystery school. The Egyptians knew the true power of mind and spirit. Learn from them so we can get to the 5D.
And let you in on a little wisdom. Gnosticism is Kabbalah. Kabbalah is Freemasonry. Freemasonry is New Age. New Age is paganism. Paganism is the religion of Babylon. Starting with Nimrod, Semiramis, Tammuz, which is the antediluvian teachings of the fallen angels. All of them are connected. Throughout history, you can trace the whole path. All of the tenets are the same. Everything that's happening now has everything to do with those 2 sources. I'm going to give you a little bit of info on the Nag Hammadi text. Some interesting things there about the wisdom of Sophia.
Illuminati is an extension of the mystery schools. When you're born,
Harry Potter would go to mystery school to learn the secrets of Earth. Now you are that same magician without the wand. And that mystery school was set up for those of us who wanted to ascend higher. And you will have these mystery schools set up all over the world for the chosen ones. They will teach you how to climb up Jacob's ladder. They will teach you all the secrets of the world. They will tell you how your body is the tree of life, or the Kabbalah, and how you must ascend to make it to the afterlife. These would be similar to the rituals the Egyptians was doing. They would mummify the body and prepare for the afterlife. This school was set up to teach you how to tap into your higher self and your inner thoughts. A lot of us are just here trapped in a matrix, reincarnate over and over and over again. But I'm here to tell you now, your mission is not to reincarnate, it must ascend and not come back. You must learn geography and all the secrets of the land. Some of us will take this magic and fall into a lower dimension, and this is what will cause the spiritual wars.
Neocortex is what we're trying to tap into to actually get this thing running how we're supposed to be running, all right? We're trying to activate our super conscious mind, all right? So when you're looking at the thalamus and the hippocampus, they're right here as well, all right? They're right here as well. So I want y'all to be able to understand how to have access to your God mind. And this has to play with how you network with yourself.
So a lot of people may be like, what is Styx's mystery school? So Styx's mystery school is basically, so in ancient Egypt back in the day, they had mystery schools that would basically teach people about cosmology, astrology, chakras, energy, sacred geometry, all those things, right? It'd be very hard for me to go really in depth on live and on Instagram or here, right? So I made a place where I can go fully in depth and create lectures for you guys to watch, take notes, do everything that you need to, right? So just go ahead and click the link in my bio.
Yeshua, what's interesting is when he turns 12, he disappears out of the Bible. But where does he go? There's a very little known text named the Gospel of the Holy 12, where he actually goes to Egypt to learn the Egyptian mysteries. He then goes to Tibet to learn healing with his hands and Reiki and Qigong. And then he ends up going down to India to learn the mystic arts. And he's teaching reincarnation, really is his primary teaching that he had, reincarnation, because really, if you're in essence, that's what the Bible actually is teaching anyway, but they just kind of shielded it from you in a way that, or worded it in a way that you didn't understand it. But it's talking about getting a new body and a new name and all that kind of stuff. But regardless, he's teaching reincarnation. He reappears in the modern day Bible, coming on the back of the donkey, claiming to be the Messiah, according to the biblical text. the Bible says, I call my son out of Egypt. That's when he reappears then, coming into Jerusalem on the back of a donkey at age of 32, I believe. And so, but in the Sinai Bible, which predates the modern King James Bible, he was never crucified, not even crucified. And what more recently, they discovered the book of Jesus's wife, which is at the Harvard Seminary. And this proves that he also got married. And so I don't believe he was ever crucified whatsoever. I believe it's just a farce made up by the Roman Catholic Church. I don't believe any crucifixion actually ever even occurred. I believe that the man lived, had children, and I think that his bloodline is called the Merovingian bloodline. And the Merovingian bloodline is still walking the planet till this very day. And he was put here to accomplish a mission, trying to raise consciousness, but it got twisted and turned dark really, really quick. And unfortunately, it turned into what they call a crap. I don't want to use the S word, but a crap show. They turned this thing into a whole thing that it wasn't supposed to be. Unfortunately, the people in positions of power twisted it all around for control and dominance. And his message got stifled. The message was, we are gods. You are gods. As a matter of fact, he never said that he was going to return. He said that Christ would return, which is the Christ consciousness. There were many Christs before Jesus Christ. Christ have existed for eons. It's a level of awareness and consciousness. It's an ascended mentality. And when the ascended mentality, when that returns back to the planet, that's the second coming. I've been trying to go to Easter Island for the last 10 years.
Can't get in?
Not only cannot get in, nobody's going to get in now because somebody went there and lit that place on fire. They burned down the majority of the moai heads. They put some type of a chemical on the moais and lit that on fire, which melted solid stone. How do you get that much fuel, first of all, on the island? It's hard to get there. How do you get the fuel there? And whatever was added to this fuel or whatever type of fuel it was, I mean, who had the approval to bring that kind of chemical through international waters onto that island to then have the time to put it on top of the stone and then to actually light them all on fire? There's no trees on Easter Island. There's nothing to keep the flames going. So somebody manually had to go and burn all these heads. So now with that being destroyed, and my biggest dream was to go there. I've been trying to
Hermes and Thoth also both had mystery schools. These mystery schools were secretive organizations that taught various esoteric and spiritual practices. In the case of Hermes, the focus of these mystery schools was on his role as the patron of words and learning. Members of these schools would study the stories and teachings associated with Hermes, as well as engage in various rituals and practices designed to deepen their connection with the god. Similarly, in Egyptian mythology, Thoth was also associated with mystery schools. These schools were considered to be the guardians of sacred knowledge and were said to have been established by Thoth himself. They taught a wide range of subjects, including astronomy, mathematics, writing, and magic. Thoth was considered to be the master of the teachings at these schools, and students would study under his guidance to become scribes, healers, and other professionals. Thoth, the Atlantean, remains one of the most mysterious and intriguing figures in ancient history.
Is why exposing the truth is scary.
People who expose the truth.
One of the most amazing things that I have ever seen at the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planets in the Gulf of Mexico. I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band. And as we approached it, the dark band became a donut. I saw this donut. It was black in the center. What the heck is that? And so as we get closer and closer to it, I noticed that the black band had what appeared to be kind of water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of muscles. And inside the ring of muscles was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off. And as we bounced intelligence.